And we are live. Hello and welcome to Tom and Amy's Paranormal Mysteries. We should be joined by Scaredy Cat Paranormal. However, he's having a few issues at the moment trying to get onto it as it's his first time, but hopefully he will join us soon. Is there anything or?
Yeah, first time doing this, so a bit nervous.
Yeah, so bear with us.
Yeah, do bear with us.
That we will get there.
But yeah, we're going to be talking about paranormal, and we're also going to be talking about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
As you can see behind us, we have set up our haunted dolls. Do you want to explain further?
Yeah, so we are joined tonight by Daisy. Well, her name is Louisa on the actual box. However, through spirit box sessions, they've got the name Daisy coming through. So hopefully she'll come through tonight. And we've also got Claudia, the gypsy doll. Now, Claudia is more of a negative spirit, if you could say that, as the lady who we purchased her from, who's called Caitlin. She's on Bella Haunted Dolls on Etsy. She was saying every time she handled her, she would get a sick feeling.
Mm-hmm. She did message me actually saying that she apologised for the letters not being in the box and she is going to be sending them. But she said as soon as she saw our unboxing video, it still makes her feel sick, which she found very unusual.
Yeah, so I haven't had any sick feelings. You didn't yet?
No,
we haven't. She's got little bells on her as well, on her,
which supposedly,
and on her headdress.
The lady could hear.
We haven't heard anything yet, but that doesn't matter. Also, we have Lewis and Luke. Now, if you watch some of our previous videos, we've had some great results with these, especially with Luke. He's quite friendly and he has liked to come through quite a bit. And of course, Toulousa, she's in the middle. She works very well with pendulum. You'll see on our other video that we did a pendulum session with her, and the responses were brilliant.
Yeah.
And she come through on the 1,000 rods with some quite rapid responses, which is quite surprising, to be honest.
Well, they do say that they communicate better through certain equipment, so obviously we're trying everything we can to see what equipment they will respond to better than others.
And of course we've got the K2 meter in the middle. Now throughout this broadcast, about an hour long. We'll try and stick it to an hour because of course everyone's got their own lives and we want people to be able to obviously go to bed when you want to go to bed, but keep an eye on the K2. If it does go off, let us know. This is an interactive talk show. So please leave us your comments in the sidebar, ask us questions. It's not just about Bigfoot, it's for your guys' information and entertainment as well. So feel free to just drop us messages and comments and questions, and we'll do our best to get back to you within the show.
And if we can't answer in this show, then obviously we'll answer in the next show, which we will be hopefully looking at next week.
Yes.
Haunted dolls and paranormal. And we'll have another special guest.
Yes. Now, he has messaged me. He said it's his first time getting on here. Fingers crossed he's going to be on shortly. But for now, we'll just run with it without him for now.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight's topic, we're talking about the legend of Bigfoot. Now, I've done research on this Bigfoot, and from the understanding that I could get, the term Bigfoot started in 1958. This was due mainly to, say here now, it was a letter in the Humboldt Times which highlighted the discovery of mysterious large footprints found by loggers in Northern California, which he termed in the letter as Bigfoot. And since then, the terminology Bigfoot has stayed with it ever since. Now, unfortunately, the footprints that were found in 1958 did turn out to be a hoax.
Which is not surprising.
And we'll go into more detail about some of the hoaxes, but this particular one was done by logger Ray L. Wallace. And it was only discovered that it was a hoax in 2002 by his family. Now, what I've researched is when he passed away, his family decided to come forward and with the truth to say, unfortunately, this was a hoax. But it's taken 40 plus years for that to actually be proven to be a hoax. It was that convincing, which is...
I think the first time I ever heard about Bigfoot was, I believe, when I watched it with my mum, and it was called Fact or Faked Paranormal Files. And that was the first time I'd ever heard about it. But obviously you've said that they mention a lot of names, and they link it to the Yeti, they link it to the Abominable Snowman, they link it to the Sasquatch. What was the other names?
Yeah, I mean, throughout the world, the term Bigfoot it's not just in North America, in Canada. There's in Russia, they have a creature that it's called the Yeti. That's where the Yeti comes from. It's in Russia. And even the Russian government has funded Yeti expeditions to actually look for the Yeti. And some sources do say that they're even funding actually special departments within the Russian government to look further into the Yeti. So they're obviously taking it extremely seriously. Yes, yeah. So Fact Fiction is that's a big show that obviously you watched, didn't you?
Yeah, it's no longer playing anymore. It was a really old program that I watched when I was a lot younger. You might be able to find it somewhere on YouTube. Some of the episodes they used to do. Yeah,
I mean, and then moving on from that, like say, it's there's another one in the Himalayas, which is what we commonly know as the Abominable Snowman, but they call it Mehter. And I don't know if I'm saying that right, because some of these words are hard to explain. It's MEH-TEH. Mehter, is that Mehter?
Mehter, yeah.
Mehter? I don't know. But basically, the Abominable Snowman in the Himalayas. There's even one in Australia, which I didn't know about.
Okay.
There's actually one in the Australia known as the Yowie.
I've heard of Yowie.
Which is again what they term as a Bigfoot, a big hairy creature. Even in South America, there's a mythical beast called Mapingaru. I'm struggling with some of these names.
I've never heard of that one.
But this mythical beast goes on throughout the centuries. 2 seconds.
Are you?
Do you want to reply to him? This is Scaredy Cat trying to get onto it. He is coming. He is struggling. Obviously, he's all the way in America, so it's very difficult at the moment. But we'll get there. Anyway, also the Malaysians, they have the Orang Minyak, which basically means oily man monster, which is very common in their history.
It says he's backstage.
Is he watching? Is he?
Supposedly he's backstage.
Ask him for his...
I logged in and says I'm backstage.
What's your email address? We'll send it on that. Sorry, we're technical difficulties. We're just try and get him on as soon as possible. He's a brilliant paranormal investigator. He's from America, New Jersey.
Oh.
Yep. And hopefully he'll come on and give us his beliefs in the Bigfoot, because obviously it is an American or North American terminology, really. That's where it all started from. What was I saying about them being across the world? Yeah, so every continent in the world, apart from Antarctica, has a myth of a Bigfoot. Or whether it's a myth or fact, we don't know. Also, it's what we're here to discuss. But every continent, which I thought was quite surprising, really.
I can't send that.
Okay, so I'm just going to bear with me 2 seconds. Amy will keep talking while I'm going to try and get Scaredy Cat on.
Yeah, if you can put anything in the comments bar, anything that you want us to cover. Do you know anything about Bigfoot? Do you think it's a myth? Or do you think it's real? That'd be great. Oh, I can't see the screen now.
2 seconds, bear with me. Please, of course, drop us in the comments your opinions of Bigfoot. I mean,
Sasquatch.
This is what we're supposed to talk about. What do you think about Bigfoot? Do you think he's real? Do you think he's not? Please let us know and we will discuss it. I've got a million passwords. What's this doing now? With me. I'll try and so you can see this.
What are you sending on?
Screen. I'm trying to send it on. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. It's my password book, 'cause I can't remember any of my passwords. I'm sure everybody knows the feeling. You have a million passwords for the amount of different things you have to log into just to get this. Why do you do a hash on this keyboard? Log into yours. I can't do it on mine, but GHY. Oh, I shouldn't really be saying that out loud. What your password is?
Yeah, please don't.
Oh, you've got a hash on the end of yours as well. Brilliant.
Why are you trying to send it on there?
Because you need to send. I need to send him the address.
You're not logging into Yahoo.
That is your Yahoo account, Boo.
No, you signed me through Google, Tom.
Yahoo, Amy. It's through Google. Bear with me. Let's see if I can send it.
You've already sent it.
No, I haven't sent it, Amy. I'm trying to send it to him.
Do apologise, guys.
Anybody know how to do a hash mark on a Apple keyboard? Because we haven't got a clue. You haven't put T in there, Amy.
What's my end bit, my password on?
0804.
Tom.
How am I supposed to tell you? Can't we?
Yeah, but I don't want to hear it out loud.
Well, how am I supposed to tell you then?
Hotmail, why are you giving me Hotmail? This is Yahoo.
No, I don't know him. He says apologies. He is struggling.
Can you have this, please?
He is coming. Oh, cut and paste off the net.
That's what
Good
I'm doing.
idea.
That's what I'm doing now. So I want this. Who put that?
Your dad. We'll carry on with the live in a second.
You talked about some more facts, Tom, while I'm doing this.
I can't because you've got the stuff all over my facts. Right. Done.
So who
2.
you sent it to?
Can you just... I'll type that in. We are getting there. Apologies for all this.
We've got a new computer as well. So
Yes, so this is why we are struggling, and of course, that's our first time doing this. Right. That's gone. Anyway, we've sent that to Scaredy Cat. He should be with us in a minute. Just let him know it's been sent. Right. Anyway, where were we? So yes, the Sasquatch, which of course is the other name for the Bigfoot, which came around also in. That's more of the what I found out was the Canadian term for Bigfoot was the Sasquatch.
But actually, funny enough, today I've just managed to find that on the internet, Bigfoot sighting, traffic CCTV of mysterious creature walking sparks meltdown online. And this was on the 25th of January, 2020. So it just goes to show this legend is still going about today now.
Yeah.
There's a footage of this, I think, well...
Yeah, if you just search Bigfoot sightings, this is on the express.co.uk.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like I say, this was in January of this year.
Yeah.
So this has really started in like I say the late 50s, but it's still going to this day. No one has obviously been able to say that it's fake, or no one's been able to say it's facts. I mean, what I found interesting was I read this about the North American Indians. Now, obviously, they have been around in North America a lot longer than obviously the settlers, the Americans as we know them today. These native Indians have hundreds, and I actually mean that as in hundreds of words for Bigfoot, or not necessarily Bigfoot, but like large hairy creature. They have hundreds of words in their terminology that span thousands of years through their history, to the point of that if you ask a Native American about Sasquatch, the Bigfoot, or these large hairy ape creatures, they won't even question whether it's real or not. They know it's real.
Where did the footprint come from? Because obviously that was supposed to have been fake in the end.
Yes, the one in 1958.
Yeah, isn't there another one that used to...
There's been loads. Unfortunately, you can Google it. There's been loads of footprints. It's so easy. You can just get a cut out of a foot, glue it to your shoe, and then you can just make these large footprints in snow quite easily. And unfortunately, people do this. There's people do it for money. People just do it just to get a rile out of people on the internet.
I think even the program that I was on about, they even debunked the video that was sent to them in the end. So whether it's real or not, I mean, I suppose, well, I say we're never going to know.
Yeah.
But it's a massive legend.
Yeah, it's huge. And like I say, the bit here about the Native Americans. Where are we going now? Yeah, so basically they found out from the Native Americans back when a Canadian, J.W. Burns, he was a teacher on the Chehalis, I'm probably saying it wrong, apologies if I am, Indian Reserve. Now, they began hearing stories. Obviously, these Indians will talk about these large, hairy ape creatures, and they would overhear them talking about it. Here we go. We are now joined. I'm going to jump him into the stream. Hopefully, we can hear him.
Yes.
Hi, how you doing?
Guys, hey. Tom Amy.
Hey.
Hi, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, good. Sorry about the tech issues before. You know, first time using StreamYard, so I'm like, okay, let's give it a try.
Yeah, it's
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. Nice to meet you guys. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's brilliant to me. Yeah, we're great, thank you. We've just started into the live. We've just been talking a bit about the Bigfoot. I'll just let you know, because obviously you just jumped in. We are joined by a couple of our haunted dolls. We've got on this side, we've got Daisy, and then over that side we've got Claudia, and in the middle there's 3 dolls. You can't quite see them on there, but we've got Luke, Lewis, and Toulouse. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We've also got a EMF meter as well, just to see if any spikes throughout.
Okay, I see. Yes.
So how are you? Is it Thanksgiving over there, isn't it?
Now those dolls have the doll. Okay. Have you had any activity from the dolls?
Wait a minute. We're not any activity yet tonight, but we have had activity before.
Actually, Thanksgiving was yesterday. Thank it was yesterday. So yeah, no, it was family. Yeah, it was really nice. So over
good.
here getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, it's only what, a month around the corner now, so
I know the year's gone
Okay.
we're
quick.
nearly there.
Yeah, I have the same EMF detector too. I have one of those too. But yeah, the last time I was in Letchworth, yeah, the investigation in Letchworth was crazy. It was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, say I watched your live, and that place is amazing.
Yeah.
I wow. I mean,
No, it was going
if only we
phenomenal.
could have that on our doorstep. That's amazing.
I think there's like a 10-second delay between here and the pond.
I think so, yeah.
There is quite a delay, isn't there?
Yeah, really.
But yeah, so
But
basically, what we want to ask you tonight is,
yeah, the morgue had the most activity than anything.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
wow. Like I say, I mean, people, if anyone's watching this, check out Scaredy Cat Paranormal Investigations on Instagram. He goes by Ghost Cowboy 248, I believe.
You guys hear me fine?
And it's amazing. Like the stuff this guy, like what you watch, and it's crazy, absolutely crazy.
I think Mark Metta's put he got the FBI to test Bigfoot hair in the 1970s. That's what you just said, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, what's your take on the Bigfoot? What's your like beliefs?
There is a bit of a lag, isn't there?
It's really quite slow, isn't it?
Yeah.
I definitely Bigfoot is the best in hide and go seek. No one can find him. And he's very good at hiding from everybody.
But he's really good at finding us.
Yeah, I mean, like what we've just been saying, that this has been going on since 1958, and since then they have not been able to find any concrete proof of the Bigfoot. There's been loads of videos.
But yeah, I believe in Bigfoot. I definitely think there's like more than one type out there in the world.
Yeah.
Well, we were saying, haven't we, that there's plenty of different names for the Bigfoot.
Legends. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know, but apparently Bigfoot is not just in obviously North America where you guys are, North California, but it's across the world. It's on every continent apart from Antarctica. They have their own legends around Bigfoot, and it's even got to the point where even the Russian government has invested high.
Yeah, there's been pictures of him, video, but nobody's quite actually
It's quite a lag, isn't it?
Yeah, do you think that's his end or our end?
I'm not sure. It's technology.
Mm.
Still there?
Yeah, Fred tested Bigfoot in the 1970s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, and definitely, you said it's different forms. Is a Yeti, that's enough of a Bigfoot, Sasquatch,
Mm.
and definitely a couple like cultures have different names for them too. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like it's some sightings than ever nowadays.
Oh yeah, definitely. We even saw that the native Indians, they've got throughout their history, they categorically believe in the Bigfoot. They will not even dispute whether he's real or not. They say he's real, and it's part of their culture.
I'm there. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just really slow.
I think there's like a 30-second delay between here and there.
Yeah, you can't rely on technology these days.
Yeah. Also, he's got to get across to the other side of the world.
Yeah.
With all this traffic.
How long have you been investigating the paranormal?
So what?
Technology's not very good, is it?
You got my question.
We shall find out.
I see his mouth moving, but no words coming out.
You know how the picture gets here before the sound.
I know, it's crazy.
See if I can somehow. I don't think I can't speed it up without believing.
So what other equipment are you guys looking forward to get next?
Well, we certainly want to get a Ovilus 10.
Yeah.
Now we know that obviously over there in America you can get hold of them quite easily, whereas for us it's extremely hard to get hold of them. We struggle, but we hopefully will get one. Hopefully imported from obviously where you guys are within next year.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I know a lot into the traffic indeed. That's all right. I guess I'm definitely looking to I ordered another
What was the last word they said?
upgraded one.
Oh, okay.
And it's not. It's all right. we can always try next time. We'll always try Instagram Live next time. You want?
Oh yeah. We'll definitely have you on again. We'll
sometimes could be use Instagram Live too for interviews.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that as well.
Maybe this program's just not cut out for America.
So it is, well.
Did you get my question that I asked?
I don't know.
How long have you been investigating? in America, or have you been in other places?
Nah, it's hard. It's I guess distance, or it could be the website itself.
Mm.
Hang on, don't reply, because when you reply, it's jumbling up.
Oh yeah.
Wait for all this stuff to come out and then we speak.
It's crazy, isn't it? We'll go into that.
You got any other facts?
Yeah, no, talk about obviously what Mark said about the FBI.
Oh, you want to talk about that now, are you?
Mm.
No, go on then. Mention about the FBI.
I don't know if you can hear it. But yeah, so anyway, the FBI, like Mark said, it was since 1976 they actually had a file on Bigfoot. Now,
So
this file.
let me repeat let me say again. I got into get.
We're getting there.
yeah. Okay.
Do you know what? You need to come and live in England.
Yeah, it makes life so much easier.
Or we need to go and live in America.
Yeah, I think I'd rather live there.
I've been investigating. I guess it's less than 6 months, but I've had paranormal experience before that.
Okay.
Not been doing it
It's
very long.
quite fresh to it. You are
In my kid's old house.
Mm.
Yeah, no, my old house. I know.
Get him to type the question.
You can't see the chat then.
No. You never know if that's the end of what he said. Then you can start.
If you get him to, if you message Scaredy Cat now and say, go on YouTube on the video and type the message in. I'll be able to. I'm going to see if I can live call him. I'm going to try and live call you on Instagram, and hopefully that'll be a better connection, and we'll be able to hear you through that. Let's have a look. Oh, he's typing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to turn.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Oh, he's so much faster.
That's brilliant. So what we'll do is, if you just mute your camera on the screen, or whatever. I think I can mute you myself actually. 2 seconds.
Is that better?
There we go. So I've muted you on the screen. So just stay on there. But obviously I've got you on loud. Hopefully people can hear you. If not, I'll relay what you're saying, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's so much better.
So everybody watching, we now have Scaredy Cat on the screen. I'll show you him. He is here.
I don't know why
on the screen.
I don't know why we didn't think of that.
So we are getting around the technology issues. But yes, so you say you've only been doing it 6 months.
Yeah, but I've had experience my kid's old house. Ever since my son was born, I always knew something was going on in the house.
Yeah.
Not until like he got older, like I experienced a lot of activity, like smells, footsteps. I've been scratched.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So your son's very sensitive then.
And we even had a team come in, do an investigation, and first time they came to like a pre-investigation, we heard a whistle down, like a whistle downstairs.
Wow.
So, an old friend of mine who's psychic says that the land the house was on was the reason why it was like a freeway of spirits. It's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
We don't have anything like that here.
Yeah. So basically, if you people on the live can't hear what he's saying, he's basically saying that in his old house it had some serious crazy activity. You say scratches, whistling, and you even had a team coming in to investigate, didn't you? So I mean, that's insane. That's crazy.
What did the team do?
What was that?
What did the team do? That came into your house?
The team did was EVPs. They had video. You catch that in video, but a lot of EVPs.
Mm-hmm.
It played back of like my other son had like a wooden xylophone downstairs, and we heard a child downstairs playing it with EVPs.
Oh,
Wow. You say it's old Native American land, is it, where you are?
What's that?
Is it old Native American land that you live on?
Yeah. Everywhere, yeah, they went everywhere. Like the town my kids live in Nayer White. It's like maybe 40 minutes from the city. There's an off branch of the Lenape Indians who live there. So yeah, it's definitely like a lot of all farmland there. Yes, there's a lot of crazy. Yeah, it's insane. So there's a lot of there's a lot of native Indians around the area way back in the day.
Wow.
I forget they've got that kind of history there.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, our history obviously we'll go back centuries. However, I believe that obviously the history of where you are with the Native Americans is a much more spiritual history because of their beliefs and their link to the spirit world. I think with our history, because in England, I think because of maybe religion or
the buildings
that they tended to stay away from the more paranormal side, I think, and the spiritual side of life. Whereas obviously in Native Americans, that is their culture.
Yeah.
They live with the spirits of the land, don't they? So
it's all the elements. It's a part of the elements.
Yeah. So it's amazing that you've actually got that on your doorstep and to have Litchfield there. That's amazing. Like, we'd love to go there.
How what's the closest place by you guys to go to?
The closest place by us, I mean, we're Nottinghamshire way.
There's a haunted dolls museum. We went there, and that was a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, these are more like small buildings where we live. We haven't really got like the area that you have. Like that area is like, was it 200 plus acres? Didn't you say? Yeah, so we haven't got anywhere like that.
We've got tunnels, we've got castles.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to these places where we are, like some of these places we investigate, they are really old. I mean, they will span back into the 16th, 17th century, some of them.
Well, we've got a lot of history with kings and queens.
So we do have that history.
You guys got that over there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Not as cool as America, though.
Yeah.
I know. We've there's another place, Staten Island, about an hour away. There's an old hospital that my girl, a bunch of people are investigating in December. We'll go in December to the old hospital.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So basically, and on to tonight. So we're talking about Bigfoot, obviously.
We got bits and pieces of what you were saying.
Yeah, we were struggling with the internet, but we fixed the problem. But yeah, I was saying, like obviously Mark said in the comments about the FBI. They actually opened a case file on him in 1976 on the Bigfoot. Now, this case file was opened by a guy called Peter Byrne. He ran the Bigfoot Information Center in Oregon, and he sent the FBI hairs that are attached to his skin, saying that they could not identify the animal that it was attacked of those hairs. Now, from the research I did, the FBI looked into this, and through extensive microscopic tests, all they said was it's of deer origin. That was their words. They didn't say what particular deer it was. They just said deer origin. Now, I mean, they closed the case, and they didn't want nothing else to do with it. But I mean, what's your take on that? Where do you think that
the hair could have come from?
I mean, the FBI obviously are interested, so
not interested enough to keep it open though.
They fight like everything with the government. There's like they find evidence, but they kind of like give a whole different answer, kind of like throw people off. It wasn't Bigfoot, but we'll call it a deer, just to like kind of like stop people from being interested.
Yeah.
But it's definitely it's possible. I mean, it's like there's a lot I would say on this planet that's unexplained that we don't know about. But
well, that's the thing. We actually know more about our space than we do actually our own seas, our own land itself. So
yeah.
They can't really say otherwise.
Definitely. I mean, over here in America, there's a couple of Bigfoot shows, and they never those the words say we hear this, we hear that. Which is pretty funny, But it's funny. Like I hear this, like a TV, like what, But listen, we like paranormal and like that thing, Bigfoot, which is fine. Everybody has their own thing. It's funny. Like I'm more nervous in the woods than in an old asylum. I don't mind going to dark tunnel asylum, but in the woods, I'm like, okay, who's going to come out and grab me?
I suppose where you are as well. I mean, I don't know if you have bears and things like that out there, don't you? I mean, you have a lot bigger predators that would attack you, I suppose, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, not like bears. What about like walking down with these aliens, walking the woods,
Yeah.
Is there any legends that you know about in America that are very popular?
That's just interference through the.
Yeah, I got off there. It was interfering, right?
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
Yeah, it was in. But like, what do you guys have over there? Like, what's I just say Bigfoot's everywhere, but I know it's like different. How is it say? It's different paranormal stuff, like creatures, around the whole world. There's a TV show we watch, Paranormal Caught on Tape. I don't know if you guys get over there, but
Paranormal Caught on Tape. I don't know. Is anybody in the comments if you've heard of Paranormal Caught on Tape? Please drop in the comments.
I've not heard of that one. The only one that I mentioned, which was a long time ago, used to be on TV. I don't know whether you guys might have seen it. It was called Fact or Faked or Fact or Fiction, Paranormal Files. And they look at all different kinds of legends, and then they go out and see if they can debunk it. But legend-wise in the UK, apart from aliens,
I mean, I heard of like there's been a lot of stories like big cats, so like the lynx, the jaguar, things like this. That there's stories of on the moors, especially down south where my dad lives, that these big cats do roam on the moors. Now it's the same thing. It's like our take on Bigfoot. There's people adamant that these big cats exist on the moors, and then there's people that saying it's just myths and legends. Now it's like I say, it's the same thing. It's
got the Loch Ness monster as well.
Yeah, and it's down to your own interpretation. I mean, there's some people. I mean, like you say, everyone each to your own. If you believe in it, then you believe in it.
Yeah.
You've got to have your own beliefs, and you've got to make your own decisions in this world. And if that's your belief, then go for it. I mean, Mark's just said there in the comments that Wales has a roaming black cat / panther. And obviously Wales part of England. Like
I don't know whether you go into leprechauns, fairies.
Yeah, I mean, islands. You go to islands, they believe in like leprechauns and fairies and stuff, and
gnomes.
Yeah.
Well, like down in Virginia, they have a legend of the Mothman.
Wow.
That's
Mothman?
their legend creature. Yeah, the Mothman.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
No, he's just said that there's actually a legend in Virginia. You say, yeah. Yeah, there's a legend of a Mothman. Down in Virginia. Now, if anybody has heard of this, please obviously drop us a comment and let us know what your take is of it.
I heard of that.
Say, what was I was going to go to?
Paranormal wise, you've got the black-eyed children. You've
Oh
yeah. I heard that one. It's crazy.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really crazy. And to be honest, there's a lot of people who've actually got a lot of stories about the black-eyed children as well.
Is that mostly by you guys? Black-eyed children?
No, I think that's more America. I think.
More America?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, you get a lot of. I've noticed on the news lately. Out was it in America? Sure, they found this statue in the middle of the desert.
The metal.
Yeah.
The metal piece.
Yeah. I saw that on the news. I mean,
crazy.
Obviously, it looks like somebody's planted it there, but it still gets people's attention that it's in the middle of nowhere. How did you get it there for a start without anybody noticing? And why? Why would you put it there? So it's mad to think that.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So. There's one legend by me in New Jersey called the Jersey Devil.
Yes, about the Jersey
Devil.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, me and my girl went down Jersey a while ago.
Yeah.
We're like half an hour away from the birthplace of the devil, which I definitely want to check out next time. Take a little ride down there.
You have to let us know what happens.
Yeah, certainly let us know what happens, and then we'll drop it into YouTube.
What happens is that down in Jersey, South Jersey, is a place called the Pine Barrens. It's 500 acres of woods. And in the Pine Barrens, there's a lot of ledges down there, old old towns there. So definitely, Jersey's a small state. There's a lot to investigate.
Yeah. I mean,
really cool.
Around by you, your backyard, the stuff you've got there is
I mean, like
crazy.
I said, we've got a lot of
It's
history.
Brilliant.
But you've got a lot more land. Yours is a lot more vast than ours, so there's more to cover.
Yeah, but I like history from your side, because a lot of some castles, 1500s. There's another team I follow, another UK team, and it went somewhere the cemetery was built in 1500s. Old stuff. It's crazy,
Yeah. Where is the what we were talking about last week? The house.
The Winchester.
Winchester House. Have you heard of the Winchester House? Have you?
Good, sounds good. Hey, everybody, this is Donna. This is my girl Donna.
How you doing? You're right.
Putting up Christmas stuff.
Aye, we'll be putting up Christmas stuff soon. Yeah, we'll be doing that soon.
We've said not till the 1st, at least.
Yeah, 1st of December we'll start ours.
So there you go. Yeah. So
Yeah, the Winchester is California.
Yeah.
That's California.
Oh, okay. So that'd be quite a stretch for you to get there, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, only about 3,000 miles.
Wow.
No,
Something to add to your bucket list, though.
But it makes you realise, for us, we can go across from one side of the country to the other in
9-10 hours.
Not even that. No, I mean 4 or 5 hours, and we're across the country.
Really?
And driving.
Driving, that's driving.
Yeah.
I mean,
no. Driving from us to California from one side to the other side is probably
3 days.
3 days.
I mean, if you stop and sleep, probably about 3 days.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Well, let's see. The middle of the United States. My son is in Kansas, so it's 19 hours, and he's in the middle of the United States. So another 20 hours to California. So about a good 40-hour drive.
Wow.
You
So you're looking at a good 40 hours plus just to drive all the way across.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Shows you how vast, obviously, America is compared to us.
We're massive, but we're small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting smaller. And getting smaller.
Yeah, I mean, ours is exactly the same here. I mean, you're expected to commute now. I mean, your job could be, what, 20, 30 miles away, but that's nothing really in today's day and age.
Mm.
Yeah, no,
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's people here that drive from Pennsylvania to New York. So about an hour and a half drive to work. There's plenty of people that commute about an hour and a half to work.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah,
the point is that I'm taking Donna out more in my investigations, but she's still kind of like nervous about when someone says, when a place says no trespassing, she's the one going, I'll go right in. I'll go right in.
Yeah, see, if we did that here, we'd definitely be caught by the.
Yeah, we got too many police around here. We'd be in prison. I mean, we have a lot of old places abandoned, but it's getting into these places. It's almost impossible.
You've got to go through a haunted group. Just
you have to go through like professional groups to get into a lot of these places that we go.
Yeah. But even like by us, I went to 2 old cemeteries over in Jersey. Tomorrow night might go to one tomorrow night. But those are like, you walk right in. Like, if so, I'm saying that you can't go somewhere, always have the cemetery, to check out,
Yeah, we've got one literally on our doorstep, actually, fair.
I mean, yeah, we haven't even thought about that really. There's one just around the corner from us. We could walk there. We've never even thought about investigating. But
and we've also got a really old church here as well, where back in the day, it's believed that these tunnels ran underneath where we live for this. I think he was called like a mole, because he had such a scarred face. He didn't want people to see him, so he would go in horse and carriage underneath in these tunnels to get from one place to another place, so no one would see him. But you can't go in these places; they're locked up. Yeah, the tunnels have all been bricked up, and you can't get in. But if you could, the history there is insane. And I can imagine there probably would be a lot of stuff to investigate there as well. Yeah. It did say as well on his bed that he'd have doors all the way around his bed so that it would keep people out. It's crazy, some of the history.
Yeah. You have a lot of history where you are. Here in the United States, we have history. We have more hauntings and stuff. We don't have a lot of history, like old places and stuff like that. So some, but not.
I mean, for us, it's more like the old asylums with prisons. A lot. That's the main thing for us.
Cemeteries, burial grounds.
Plus, you've got obviously the native as well.
I mean, like we're saying about the Native American grounds. I mean, almost everywhere's haunted, isn't it? Because of their land sort of thing.
Well, it was technically theirs to begin with.
Yeah.
But obviously, then we've got kings and queens.
What?
Do we have much native around?
Yeah, there's a lot of natives. So some of these guys, they got open grandpa by us. It's not by here, most that's by here. I don't think with where we are with Donna's from. A little further up, there's a lot more. But like by Donna, there's an old mine, Sterling Mine, like maybe half an hour away. That's supposed to be haunted too.
Wow. Yeah.
We got a lot of old iron mines, iron furnaces by us. We go look at. It's cool. It's fun. It's really cool.
I suppose your history, like it's a few hundred years, but you've come so far in that history so quickly. Whereas ours took a lot longer, a lot slower.
For instance, we got Pendle Witches.
So it's the same history, but yours has just been condensed, I think, into that short space of time.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And you're saying you've only been doing this for 6 months as well, so you're pretty
yeah, I started, I've experienced it, but like after investigating, maybe a couple months been doing this.
A lot more.
A lot more. I usually, Donna tags along, I go solo when she's working, but I mean, I've had the experience of it. But doing it, I'm learning more and more, like, over the morgue. Like, while I was talking to the spirits downstairs, the spirits know how to manipulate a piece of equipment, like the millimeter.
Okay,
so was there something evil? I could answer yes. He used to a lot of stuff. So you learn, like let's say, everybody has their own way of doing things. Was awesome. So I'm learning more, like what I have to use more. I have to use my millimeter, my REM pod. The spirit box, I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, when we're using these pieces of equipment, we don't theoretically know the right and the wrong way of doing it. To be honest, you are right.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own way of doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's no
Even-
problem. Yeah, definitely.
Even down to the Ouija board. Obviously, people say you need to open it and then you need to close it properly, but there is no proper. I'd say that we don't know for sure what we're doing is correct in a way.
Yeah.
People that use them.
Yeah. So if you look at our videos, we do a lot of Ouija and that, and I mean we get results from them, and
We've never had anything negative.
but then it's proving what's causing the results is the issue.
Yeah.
Like you've got to prove that is a spirit doing that. And
also as well, you don't know that the spirit that's talking to you isn't just tricking you, and because you can't see them.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, definitely keep doing it. I mean, like from what I've seen, like what you're doing, you know your stuff. I mean, I would have thought you've been doing it years, just watching your lives and that.
How long have we been doing that?
I mean, we've been doing it a few years now, and but you're on the right track.
You were a skeptic, and I was more of a believer because I grew up with it all.
Yeah, so I used to be a huge skeptic. I mean, you go back only 3-4 years, I'd have said it's all rubbish, nothing. Yeah, it's all rubbish. You know what I mean? But I used to be a chef, and I used to work in this kitchen, which is on an old World War II airbase. Now there was myths of it being haunted and stuff, but I didn't believe it. I was like, nah, nothing. But then as I was working there, I'd slowly get things happen. I mean, at first it'd be like I'd hear a whistle, and I think, oh, I'm just hearing things, whatever, carry on. But then I started hearing my name getting called behind me, and it happens a couple. You know, when it happens a couple of times, and you think, ah, it's just me. It's just me. But then when it's getting so loud that I genuinely believe someone stood behind me saying my name, it started to question. Yeah, and then it went from then to I had I actually saw a person walk across the kitchen. The other end of the kitchen, I saw a black figure walk across the kitchen, and I thought it was one of the chefs had come in. So I go and have a look, and there's nobody there. Nobody can hide anywhere. And I used to get my bag used to move in front of my eyes. When I slept there, at the end of my bed, I'd have my bag, and my bag would just start rocking, and then it just stopped.
Didn't you say
it's crazy?
The ironing board.
Yeah, I used to have an ironing board led up against the wall.
And that moved.
It lifted up off the wall and then slammed back down onto the wall.
Yeah.
And it's obviously since then.
When they get your attention, once they know they have your attention, that you have that connection with them.
Yeah.
That's probably when you started getting more and more activity.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody connects with them, and not everybody is a believer.
Mm-hmm.
So once you start believing, or once they have your attention that they're connected to you, you probably start getting more.
You get more open to
activity.
It. Yeah. You get more sensitive to it. Your wall comes down, and you're more open.
Yeah.
But it's like, for instance, with the dolls and that, we weren't getting anything to begin with. And then when we were doing more and more of the videos that we've been doing with them on YouTube, we've started hearing a couple of whistles, male whistles, just out of nowhere, out of the blue. Yeah. And it's like, where does that come from? It's just crazy.
Yeah, like you say, like as soon as they get your attention, it builds and it grows. And say we've noticed with our dolls that at first you'd have thought, no, they're not haunted, but the more we're interacting with them, the more we're getting out of them. And it's getting to the point like if you're at work and if I'm at home on a day off, I'll hear like shuffling upstairs, like somebody shuffling around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
and
it's oh my gosh.
It's starting to get a little bit creepy, but that's what we do it for. I mean, it's for the.
We haven't got any children. We haven't got any children, so this is like our starting point for kids.
Yeah, these are our kids.
Have you put a camera on the doll? The camera?
Yeah, I mean, we the only time we've done it at the moment is, like I say, on our videos. So we'll do a little bit of investigating with them, and then we'll leave the room and go downstairs, and just leave the camera running for an hour. And we've had quite a good bit, but I certainly want to, because in our spare room we have them all lined up on a dresser. So what my plan is, I'm going to leave a camera running on them all night. And see what happens, because there's a couple of the dolls that the lady before us even said that they move. They'll push each other off the shelf.
Or her flowers will fall out her hand.
Yeah. And say this one here, this I can show you a close up. She's called Claudia. Now her bells and stuff, she's got little bells on here. The lady says that her bells will ring when you're not in the room, and you can hear them ringing. Yeah, and she likes to move as well.
I suppose she makes people feel sick.
Yeah. So she came from the lady we got her from. She had a palm reading from a gypsy, and the gypsy lady donated this to her for free, saying that this is haunted by her daughter. I believe that's right. I might be wrong, but I believe that's right.
We are going to get the story through the post. She forgot to put it in the box.
But she said she didn't want her anymore because every time she handled her, she would get a sick feeling. She'll feel sick. Now I've not had any sick feelings, and neither's obviously Amy. But you never know. Like we said, the energy could just be building, and she could just be getting stronger. But we'll see.
Something that Mark Meadows put on there to explain my miss any ideas. So the person that's speaking at the moment is a family member of mine. Their house is, I would say, pretty haunted. We believe it was on a morgue, or it's on that kind of. It's been on that kind of.
Yes, there used to be an old morgue there, and
Yeah.
they've obviously been destroyed, and the house is built on top of it.
Yeah, and they get a lot of noises. They get a lot of bangs. It always feels like you're being watched. They've got 2 dogs that go crazy and they stare at the corridor. So they basically.
I'm just having him turn the light on because I'm realizing we're getting dark.
So they've said that they saw a mist on I can't even say it. A mist on.
So yeah, so she's saying that they quite often see in this one corridor in the middle of the house. They quite often see a mist that will travel down the corridor.
It's almost like they think it's a portal, like that they run through that area of the house. You don't really get much evidence anywhere else. It's mainly that corridor.
And it's an enclosed corridor, so there's no windows that directly lead into the corridor, so it can't be, I don't know, mist from outside or anything. But
right.
I mean, what's your take on it? What would you say you'd from your investigation? What would you say it could be?
A mist? I would definitely say it's probably some kind of spiritual. Yes, it has manifest itself. I get orbs like that. It could be a I definitely like I said, whenever you see something almost like a breeze. So you get like a breeze of somebody passing you. Maybe it's just a mist of. But what I've seen that when I take pictures, I saw the one I put up with the apparition in the cemetery. That one there.
Yeah.
That one, that made me a believer. That we went to the cemetery. We went Cape Cod, Massachusetts on vacation. My parents go down. Let's just check it out. I take pictures. I know that certain areas that had like lighting from home, so I knew that would interfere. This one, no light. I just took pictures and looked back. I'm like, holy crap! Right. That's what made me the believer, because I wasn't far from him. And when we got back to the house and he was showing those pictures, I was like, holy shit! And there was nobody in the cemetery with us. And if you look at it, when you look really close, like you can see the arms. You can see that whole apparition, all the white, what they wore back in the 1800s, and that area is where like Christopher Columbus came in. That whole area that we were in, that's what that's. Yeah, a lot of Indians, Native American Indians, and pilgrims like that.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's all right by Boston. So that's all, Plymouth Rock is right there and all that. So that's why you have all the apparitioners and stuff. So it was interesting, and that's what really made me a believer, because I kind of cheated on it too. And when we came back with that, I was like, there was nobody. I was there when he took the pictures. So that is so plain as day a person in that picture. Like, that's not even a blur. It's not even it's a true figurine. Like, you can actually see it. I don't know, like, if you can enlarge it enough that it doesn't get too blurry on you, but you can actually see the arms, you can see the hands, you can see the whole form of a person in that picture.
Yeah.
And that's not a reflection, that's not a light, that is true something spiritually in that cemetery that night when he was taking that picture.
Oh yeah, that other group, ABS Paranormal.
Mm.
They you see that they want people sitting there.
What they captured? Yeah,
someone. So like, see what people think about it. Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes, like, when I took shots at night, I would get kind of like a flare look from lights. But now, I'm not thinking like, Kirby. Most likely it's light reflection. I seen a lot like that, but that was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah.
I was gonna say I become obviously I was a believer to begin with anyway, growing up with it. But for me, hearing a hi in my mum's corridor.
If you see on our YouTube, there's a video that says EVP captured believed to be saying hi. You watch it, it's only a 10-second video, but you can distinctly hear someone whisper into the video recorder saying hi.
And we're in the other room watching a film.
Cause this is when we first started like getting into it, and when I was just listening to the footage thinking I'm not going to get anything, but like when that appeared, I was gobsmacked and
I was shocked.
Get it out of the middle of nowhere.
I was so excited. I was like, for someone to, because obviously we hadn't been doing it as long, for us to get something like that, a Class A, was just like, and some people don't even get that ever.
Now, if you just bear with me 2 seconds, I'm just going to wrap up the live, but we'll carry on talking. So everybody watching, we are gonna wrap up. Obviously, Ghost Cowboy he's still here. He's on the screen there. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Obviously, leave us your thoughts and comments about Bigfoot, about anything we've been talking about.
We'll mention the Stickmen, the SLS camera, which I think is what Mark Metters is on about. So we'll mention that next time. And
obviously, go follow Scaredy Cat Paranormal. His videos and his lives are awesome. He's all over it. So he's a top lad. Go and have a look at him. And next week we are talking about haunted dolls next week, and we shall have hopefully another guest. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you later, bye.